This one's for our Pinoy friends. Y'all have thrown SB19 at us a whole lot ever since we checked out the Filipinos that made Pinoys proud series and
Man.
every other thing we checked out about the Philippines.
Yep.
Y'all have been throwing this at us so many times ever since then in the comments. So we eventually had to get to it. Now, full disclosure, a couple things before we get into it. One, we really don't do a lot of music reactions since on our main channel, Embrace the Suck 21, we started with that, but those get copyright claimed most times out of all of them, so we shied away from them. It's never say never, but it's very rare that we do it.
Yes.
It's one of those rare times. And two, as you can see by my title here, Spencer Joyce's World, that is my new travel vlogging channel. I've started with vlogging with the UK, and I've got a US trip this fall, so a lot of y'all have also been saying, come to the Philippines. We need your help in order to make that happen. So
very true.
Watch this all the way through, put in the comments SB19 songs, and go over to that channel. It'll be linked down in the description if you're into travel vlogging content, so that we can make it happen.
Yes, we want to. And there has to be overwhelming support for both of us to go over there.
Yeah, exactly. We've heard it's a very affordable place to travel, but got to get the funds for it first. So anyway, without further ado, any thoughts before going into it, Dan?
No idea what I'm stepping into. This is a whole new world for me. So
all right,
I'm going in with zero expectations, and I mean that in a good way.
Right, I get what you're saying. This also is from the Casual Chuck. I think he's the one that made the Pinoy's Proud video, so awesome. We know it's gonna be a good video no matter what. So are you ready?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Disclaimer, this video is solely based on my own personal research. I might miss mentioning other artists, and it's possible to have a few discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible. So enjoy. Yes, I will only talk about idol groups that did it all. Sing, dance, and more.
Idol groups.
Somebody help us. What do you mean by idol groups? If you say that in the States, it's someone that made it through American Idol.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I immediately thought.
Yeah, yeah, but let us know.
Support local. That's the most common expression when it comes to inviting Filipino people to like and support our own artists. In my point of view, that's one of the biggest excuses for mainstream media that allows them to get away with below standard P-pop idol groups. In my 30 years of life, there wasn't a group that deserved worldwide recognition by possessing world-class quality talent. Well, not until the P-pop kings showed up. But before we talk about the juicy part, let me take you on a journey to find out what it was like before SB19's rise to fame. My name is Chuck, and this is the evolution of P-pop.
All right, so this is a proper music documentary right here.
Hell yeah.
Or at least, from a P-pop enthusiast's perspective here.
Yeah,
so
I like that. You know what though? It's like support local, and we've seen that. We've seen what happens. Like, you guys come out for your stuff no matter what. Like, you guys travel in droves, and I commend you guys.
Yeah, that is amazing. And I think that's part of why we always gravitate back towards Filipino-related stuff on here as well. And, I mean, our whole friendship came out of the local scene, music scene of the Washington, D.C. area. So the idea of support local, that is entrenched in us.
I dig that so much. That is awesome.
Yeah, so. Even before we found out anything, we're already fans here. I think, yeah.
Before TikTok, dance challenges even got invented. Sex Bomb has done it with their spaghetti song. The lyrics of the song triggered showdown when it comes to birthday parties and barangay dance contests. They were a nationwide phenomenon. Even kids know the lyrics of their songs. And did you know that Sex Bomb was actually the best-selling girl group in Asia for 11 consecutive years?
Whoa.
Until K-pop became mainstream.
Oh man, some rivalries
Wow.
here between Philippines and K-pop, South Korea. Sorry.
Wow. Okay, but that's an insane stat right there.
Yeah, Sex Bomb. I'd never heard of them until now. Like that, I'm pretty sure Gen Zers and Gen Alpha probably bring that back on TikTok. That spaghetti song.
It's I feel like it's not odd, but it's like heartwarming where you can be as big as you want to within your country. It's like you don't need the outside exposure. Like you are the biggest fish in your pond.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and that's all you really need.
That's all you really need, you know?
Right.
And I love that. I don't know. I like that. It's very like a romanticized idea. I like that.
Yeah, we kind of saw that with over on our main channel, checking out British indie groups from the 80s and 90s, and a lot of them outside of that weren't named Oasis or Blur really didn't break out of the UK, and that was fine. So it's
they
kind
didn't need to.
They didn't need to. Same with Sex Bomb and I guess K-pop in the early bits of it until it crossed over to the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when Girls' Generation and 21 showed up.
Girls' Generation.
소원을 말해봐 네 마음속에 있는 작은 꿈을 널 사랑해 언제나 믿어도 소원을 말해봐 I'm genie for your wish 네 어깨에 묻은 립스틱들 과분해 내 사랑이란 믿었는데 수백 번 오늘 이후로 난 남자 울리는 bad girl I don't care boy I don't care.
And did you know that Dara of 21 actually started in the Philippines by joining ABS-CBN's talent search show called Star Circle Quest?
Bakit gusto mong mag-artista?
Gusto ko po maging popular at I want to have fun.
And after that, she had a good career as an actress with music in her back burner. Until she moved back to Korea to pursue her aspirations as a performer. But guys, did you know that P-pop idol groups didn't actually start with Sex Bomb?
Oh.
It goes way back to 1960s.
What?
Uh-oh.
The Rockefellers. This was around the time when the Americans occupied the Philippines, and the Rockefellers were absolute idols of the American people.
Who were those other wonderful people you were singing with? Of course, I know Eddie here.
They are my brothers. Brothers. Except one brother, he's my father.
You certainly are a talented family. Where did you learn how to sing like that?
Philippines.
Really, I'll help you. Oh, in the Philippines?
Yes.
That rock and roll really gets around, doesn't it?
In fact, their smash hit single Killer Joe reached number 16 in the Billboard Hot 100 in April 1963.
Look at Killer Joe go. Oh, I'm so jealous. She belongs to me.
Wow. So Britain had the Beatles, America had Beach Boys, Philippines had Killer Joe.
All right.
That's what I'm getting from
The
that.
Rockefellers, like
Rocky Fellers. I like
all right,
that.
man.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's pretty
okay.
cool.
They were total live performers, mixing up dancing, singing, and performing as a band. In the 1970s, nothing much happened when it comes to the idol industry because it was dominated by ballad artists such as Nora Honor,
This is the moment. You are the one.
Pilita Corrales, Basil Valdez, Freddie Aguilar, and Ray Valera. In the 1980s, Ryan Cayabyab assembled the co-ed group who can sing and dance at the same time. They were called Smoky Mountain, with the notable member Geneva Cruz.
Bawat araw sinusundan Ng lambing di maparinpansin The coconut nut is a giant nut If you eat too much, it's the cocoa fruit It's the cocoa fruit from the cocoa palm family
The 90s has been the turning point of the OPM scene. It was mainly led by Eraserheads, which was considered as the Philippine Beatles, but we are not gonna talk about them because they are not considered as a P-pop idol group. But there were multiple promising idol groups that emerged in this decade. One was the R&B all-girl group Vana Vana.
There is no mistaking, no doubt my love is true I need your love, no nobody else Just you holding me
Another one was the late bloomer pop group with a western sound, Fruitcake.
Kitty hoops, every time I see you I want to know you Kitty hoops, I think I love you
And who's gonna forget these three? They were known as JCS, which serve as an acronym of their first names, John Prats, Carlo Aquino, and Stefano Mori. They were also popular in their coming-of-age TV hit series, Gmic.
Man, that last one, everything that's been mentioned so far is just kind of mirroring what was going on in the States. I mean, that's probably due to the occupation of the U.S. of the Philippines. So, and then everything also, every singer's just amazing.
Yeah, on point. They're not like, they don't sound manufactured. Like, they don't sound like they're just assembly line.
Right,
like,
right.
Just built by the industry.
Right.
I like it.
There's just voices there that are almost perfect. Like, just out there. Like, there's not like, in rock and country music, you can get away with not having the best voice and still have it being stylistic. But there, it's just like pristine what they got.
Like, you definitely got the skill and the talent in droves. There. There's that vocal, man, like you said, I was like cracking up a little bit because it was like the 80s. And I'm just like, the 80s, man, they were just a weird time all over the globe, I guess.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah,
Can't believe we made it out of that.
Yeah. It's just, it's also proving that we're not so different, you and I, when it comes to Philippines and what we've got.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
The 90s was also the golden age of dance groups such as Street Boys, with notable members Vong Navarro, Jong Hilario, Spencer Reyes, and Danilo Barrios.
Let's go!
Who's not gonna be?
That's like Radiohead trying to be a boy band or something like that.
What? That was oh my god, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't judge it because that was the 90s.
Right.
Oh
I guess
my
not.
god, it's like if we barely made it through the 80s, we were hanging on in the 90s, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Be a maze of Vong's backflips, Jong's breakdances, and Danilo's visuals. Along with Street Boys, Abstract was also popular with notable members Ding Dong Dantes, Arthur Solinap, Dino Guevara, and Sherwin Ordonez. UMG was also a thing with a notable member Wawi de Guzman, and Maneuvers with notable member Joshua Zamora, who's now the husband of Jopay of Sex Bomb. Speaking of Sex Bomb, the latter part of this decade was definitely dominated by them with these hit songs.
Bakit papa, binawin mo pa Kaya ngayon'y nalolo ka
And we know what happened next. K-pop became mainstream. And because of that, Viva Records boss Vic Del Rosario created a sub-music label called PPop. Can you believe it? They actually created a music label called PPop. And he signed Pop Girls, which was the group where Nadine Lustre was included.
Di madaling maging babae, pero taas noo kung maglakad. Tayo ay pantay-pantay. Ako ay prinsesa.
Accelerate,
Hanggang sa pagtulog ko. I love you girl. I love you girl. Bagay lamang. I love you girl.
and RPM.
Baby ko, pengen ng konting oras mo para lang mapakita.
Grabe to, ang kapal ng mukha mo. No kala mo kung sino. Para sa'yo, yo. It's over. What can I do now? It's all for you.
All of them underwent
So hear me out on this, because like this is like paralleling what we had over here, right?
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
Okay, because I'm trying to like I don't know anything about K-pop or P-pop. I am a newbie at that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What makes this that? Is it where it's? Hear me out. This is gonna sound stupid, which I give you. Is it just because of where it's from, or is there a certain sound that defines it as this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I guess it's where it's from and the culture behind it. And I will just say this, like, I guess I'm a little less of a newbie when it comes to K-pop, and because back in 2020 when Sturgill Simpson, I'm a big country music fan, Sturgill Simpson put out a bluegrass record, and I tweeted that I loved it so much. There was some K-pop release that was happening at the time, and the K-pop stands came out of nowhere to trash me on it. So I got beef with the K-pop folk. P-pop, if you want to prove to be more inclusive and welcoming, now is your chance.
So, because for me, like, listen, I know nothing about these genres. Like, it just sounds like pop to me. Like, that's just it. Just different language, pop. Like,
Right. We're not really big, boy band or girl group of fans. Like, our genres are mostly, country, rock, reggae. So
Yeah.
that, like, we're still open canvases. Although I still have a bit more beef with the K-pop stands.
they have a lot more to prove to you.
Yeah. P-pop stands, do your thing.
Yeah.
normal training with more emphasis on performing rather than acting. But when they started releasing songs, the public criticized the groups for looking and sounding very close to their K-pop inspirations.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
So, 3 years into the industry, Viva realized it wasn't profitable, so they just swept the music label under the rug.
Oh.
After Viva's P-pop label's dissolution, Universal Music's 143 showed up with their smash hit Sa Isang Sulyap Mo.
Bakit kapag tumitingin ka, natutunan ka, problema ko'y nabubura. Sa isang sulyap mo, nalaman ng totoo. Sa isang sulyap mo, ayos na ako.
It became one of the top-selling albums in record stores such as Odyssey, Astro Plus, and Astrovision. Viva's
Hold on, y'all still got record stores over there? Like
Is that
major
awesome?
chains? That's pretty damn cool. Like,
That's
we don't
awesome.
have that in the States anymore. Aside from, local mom and pop record shops or like hipster record shops. The last one, I don't know if FYE is even a thing anymore.
No, they went out the ways of Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But that's pretty damn cool if that's still a thing over there.
So, okay, hear me out on this. So, the only thing I can piece together, all right, and this is just me being me, a lot more dancing, a lot more choreography.
Yeah.
I would assume P-pop and Assumption making K-pop as well. I guess a lot more movement. Because I would say our boy bands, girl bands, like they didn't really dance. They kind of swayed. They moved. They didn't weren't.
Right. It's more about the song and the singing than
Yeah.
the dancing part.
Yeah.
Said, hold up, we're not giving up. So they proceeded to debut Chickser, who rose to fame from a dance video of the popular song Teach Me How to Dougie.
Hello, Tina. May tinatago akong pagdingin. Hello, Samantha. Samantalahin na lang natin ang pagkakataon. Because the first time that I saw you, I said, my, oh my. Di mo pa alam ang pangalan ko, so you can just call me your baby. Hello, hello. I love you.
ABS-CBN also started the show Pinoy Boy Band Superstar
Nice.
that produced the group Boy Band PH.
Only pag-ibig, pinag-choose ko. Ang ganda mo, hindi naman. Be my only pag-ibig.
But wait, there's more. They later debuted Gimme 5
Pagkasalo ka, ubos ang saya. Yung sumpat nangangam sa iyo hanggang wakas. Di malilimutan ang ating samahan. Tunay na kaibigan, samahan.
and Showtime's hashtags and girl trends that were composed of Star Magic talents and Pinoy Big Brother X housemates.
Everybody down. This is a hold up.
Hold up, wag gagalaw. Dapat handa ka na. Wag nang humirit, di mo mapitigil.
Check this out.
I'm gonna break through. Losing connection, went on a different direction. Break through. So do it for me, do it for you.
By this time, the substandard PPop formula became very familiar. Just put a bunch of young teenagers into matinee idol type of training with a little more emphasis on singing and dancing, then they're all set. So the train of PPop idol group debuts continued as Viva launched the girl group's PPop generation.
Tinadhana ka sa'kin. Ikaw tinitibok ng puso kong to. I hope you feel the same way too. Pero di pwedeng ganito forever. Pero ikaw at ako, ikaw at ako, yeah.
Charmed
Araw-araw ko umiikot sa'yo. Ako'y nalunod sa iyong pag-ibig.
and even partnered with sex bomb New Gen.
Unang kita pa lang sa'yo. Halika na dito, ika'y hindi mabibigo. Pakinggan mo.
Later this decade, MNL48 emerged and garnered significant support from Filipino fans and even overseas, mainly because they had a distinct sound and was co-managed by a foreign agency that used a Japanese training format.
Kahit na alam kong ikaw ay gusto ko. Sa kantina'y tumutugtog ang music. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Bakit ang swerte ko? Yung ispuso ko ay juntuki.
They definitely rose above their predecessors but still couldn't quite crack the world-class code, which was temporarily made possible by Filipino soloists Billy Crawford and Jake Zyrus.
It's on a solid rock. Feels just like forever we will stay. Like a pyramid.
TV5
So I'd have to say, like, the girl groups or the female artists here, I'm noticing one very distinct difference between them and American pop stars of the same time is, and maybe it's just a cultural thing, but there's less, you know, boss babe type lyrics in the English things that I'm hearing, and there's more, vulnerability, more, lovey-doveyness in there.
True.
Yeah.
I more like it's already more approachable.
Yeah,
Does
a
that-
lot more
Yeah,
approachable.
it's not intimidating. It's not like, oh my god.
Right.
Because it can capture everyone. When you got that one stance, it's just like, there's a half of people not gonna like this.
Right. It's more approachable to the common everyday folk of the Philippines, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And heck, even to me, and I don't know to you, but
I don't mind it, dude. I don't mind it. And I'm saying that with the utmost respect. Like, I don't mind it. I usually don't like this music. Like, I don't gravitate towards this music, guys, at all. But I don't mind this. I feel like if any of these songs that we've kind of been listening to came on, I wouldn't rush to change it.
Yeah, because I don't feel like I'm being attacked. I don't feel like I'm having an agenda shoved down my throat.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Exactly.
Which is, save that type of stuff, for rock and like heavier metal music, things like that. Yeah. And it kind of goes back to the whole part that we talked about in Pinoy's Made Proud Part 4 about the reason why American passport bros had flocked to the Philippines. And, if you want to check that out, I'll link it somewhere around there.
No, for sure, man. It's nice, man. Because you know what it is? It's like, well, this is going to sound so stupid. Poppy. It's very like happy music. Right.
Uplifting.
Uplifting. Thank you. Because it's like, no shit, it's poppy. It's in the fucking genre.
Right. Because we don't gravitate towards pop music in our own country.
Nah.
So this is something new to us.
Yeah. And how later it's relate, but it's refreshing. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Also ran the show Born to Be a Star, which created the groups Nitro and UGG.
Nabuhusan ko ng kape ang ngalan na kapalas. Namili ng pagkain, gamit ang makulay. Tayo ay pinagtagpo, tumawa, sumaya. Tayo ay pinagtagpo, tayo nang sumayaw.
Looking at the title of the show, it was clear that the mainstream media still wants people to believe that one has to be born as a star to be a star.
What?
But is that
That's not the case, at least in America. But even though maybe there is a little bit of truth to that, because in the shows like, America's Got Talent, The Voice, American Idol, if you don't have, a sob story, you really won't make it far. That's why people like, Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs didn't really make it on The Voice. I guess Morgan Wallen did a little bit, but luckily he didn't get to the point where he signed a bullshit contract for winning, which is the worst thing ever. But
now I feel like a lot of these people that are grouped into these groups, right? There's some young kids in there.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's a weird age. They're doing it very uniquely because it's just usually the boy bands, girl bands, right? If I can put that category on it, they're all usually the same age.
Right.
There's a lot more range in some of these age differences, which is unique to me.
Yeah.
I mean, since the Jackson 5, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe they are adults and it's just they Pinoy don't crack.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. True.
Yeah, I'm 21. Can't you tell?
Yeah, I'm 15. Hey, Jesus Christ, man. Golly.
Not really the case. October 26, 2018. SB19 debuted after undergoing 4 years of Korean training style under Show BT Entertainment.
Wow.
This involved a significant financial investment and a harrowing preparation process. When I said harrowing, it meant putting their attitude, guts, and determination to the test, maximizing the limits of their physical capability and challenging their mental toughness. All of it to unleash their true potential, not just as performers, but also as people with whom fans can relate. Their company clearly believed that stars can be created. Their first single was Tila Luha. They perform in malls, schools, nursing homes, and even orphanages with little to no audience, which serve as their initial efforts to promote their group.
Unti-unting lumurin ang aking nadarama. O buhos na ulan, huwag nang tumila pa. Paano nga ba mapapawi? Labis na pagdurusa, kung wala mang pag-asa. Turuan mo naman akong limutin ka.
The song was a vocal powerhouse. But the reception they got wasn't outstanding. Probably because Filipino artists were already expected to be very good vocally, so no heads were turned. Not until September.
What?
That's
What are you talking
crazy.
about?
You know what it is? Is the bar is set. It like, and this is what we've learned is
Up
like the bar
there.
is set so high.
Yeah.
Like, there
Up,
is
up,
no.
up, up.
There is no fake it to make it there ever. It's like you hustle, you grind, you make that. And
Yeah.
it's just that's
You
crazy.
You better be great out the womb is basically it.
It'd be like a mediocre actor moving to Hollywood and be like, I'm just gonna wait tables and I'll hit the big time kind of thing. But there's so much talent in that one area.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just as much about. Excuse me, sorry. Ugh. I don't know where that came from. I'm not bored with this one, I promise you. But it's like, yeah, if I moved out to LA, because I did. How long has it been since I've been in high school? It's 2024. I graduated 2011. 13 years ago was the last time I did any type of acting or theater. So that would be like me moving out there now.
Yeah,
Like,
like
you're
I have
not going to
training.
make it.
Like, man, these guys, just different level. Just you
Mhm.
guys, Max, your guys' bar is just so high that you
Yeah.
set yourselves. But good on you guys. I think it needs to be high.
Yeah, and from what he's saying in here, SB19 seemed to have gone through a very rigorous training process and training with in malls and nursing homes and schools without an audience to
Yeah.
hone their craft.
Wow.
So let's see.
So at least they're a gigging boy band, like
Yeah,
a
exactly.
kind of right.
Yeah, they kind of have the DIY mentality, even though they've have a huge financial backing from a Korean group.
Yeah.
So I can't really say DIY here.
Wow.
Expected to be very good vocally, so no heads were turned. Not until September 2, 2019. This was when SB19's Go Up dance practice got uploaded on YouTube. This was what they called their last shot. If it wasn't gonna work, they would have called it quits. This routine showed all fruits of their harrowing labor. They practiced it at least 1,000 times and it was pure perfection. This quickly went viral, which allowed them to break into the music industry, not just locally, but internationally.
Fan favorite performances kagabi ang mga kanta nilang Mana, Mapa at Ikako.
It's been a whirlwind week for P-pop stars SB19, leading up to the two-day show titled Our Zone on November 27 and 28.
So excited to finally reveal the finalists for Top Social Artists. This year's 2021 finalists, we have the Filipino boys, Just Like Me, representing SB19. Let's do this.
Wow.
Wow.
1,000 times they practiced that.
That's dedication, man.
Yeah, and that's a hell of a story. Now I see why, besides their talent, they got a hell of a story behind them.
So they went viral on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like they blew up on this platform.
Yep. Exactly.
Hell yeah, man.
It's good to know it can still happen.
Yep.
After SB19 paved the way and set the new standards, the P-pop industry followed by producing modern top quality talents such as the rich in culture multilingual group Alamat. Along with BGYO, Beanie,
Now every step we take, boundary we break. There's nothing we can do. Nothing can hold us back. Let's make a moment.
First One,
We gon' shout out.
Press Hit Play,
Cause I want it now. Want it now.
Luna,
Ng mga bituin.
Kaya,
Ang bawat araw ating simula. Basta kumapit ka, di ka nag-iisa.
Daydream,
I'm falling for you. I'm falling just like that. I'm trying to fight it, but I know that I can't hide.
Our Rules,
I don't need your car, I don't need your cash money. No thanks, honey. I'll just say no thanks, honey.
Fourth Impact,
I don't need you, no more. Need you no more. Gotta believe it when I tell you no.
Litz, and Vision.
I always be the beast, hey, yeah. Who's the king, who's the boss, seeking Coca-Cola? My name, I always be the beast.
And because of that, 2022 has become the golden age of P-pop.
So, it's simply put, P-pop blew up
Yeah.
because of SB19. SB19 paved the way for P-pop to blow up in
to
recent
hit
times.
global for sure. So like
Yeah.
before it was just like it like just pink like just
It was-
ricocheted inside the country. Just like okay, it's big here.
Right,
But-
right. And it was kind of a ripoff of K-pop. It was basically the Philippines trying to steal the thunder of Korean pop. And now it's become its own thing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. So SB19 cracked that glass and now it's global.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
I love it.
So let me ask you again. Are stars born? I don't think so. Are stars created? Yes, but it's just half of the equation. As SB19 Josh said in their song, failure is a winner by permission. Dreams come true, it's a matter of decision. So are you a star? Well, you decide.
Awesome, man. Well,
That was
Chuck,
good.
we'll do all those things. And
Yeah,
we're already
man.
subscribed to you because of the pin noise that made proud ones. But much love to you. Thanks for putting together that really awesome video. It really, to me, it opened my eyes to how much of a big deal boy bands, girl groups, and P-pop is these days in the Philippines and in the back to the 60s when the
Yeah.
Beatles and the Beach Boys were still around.
It's crazy how long this genre has been on the grind. It's just grinding it out, and it's produced. It is producing at its prime right now.
Yeah, the getting is good right now for P-pop. So with that in mind, we said at the top of this video that we're not really music reactors
Yeah.
anymore, but if enough of y'all come out, we might be able to make something happen.
Yeah.
Especially if y'all want us to visit the Philippines anytime soon.
Hell yeah.
So appreciate the love and support on that. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and watching another video. Thank you to our channel members for your continued support. And what now, Dan?
Unplug and do something legendary, guys.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Later.